Obviously was thrilled with our first half performance, really at both ends of the floor. In the second half, we knew they would make a run. I thought Bowden did a terrific job taking over the game, hit some huge shots, and then I thought Turner, he didn't have a good shooting night, but I thought Lamonte really controlled the game at the point guard position, and then I guess sure he did, 14 assists, no turnovers. So I thought he was terrific out there. And we just really struggled to score. That's on me. I got to get us in some better positions there in the second half as Tennessee made their run, but have to give them a lot of credit. They were terrific in the second half.
Questions? Get a microphone. We got your question. Go ahead, Steve. Hang on, he's going to walk around too.
Is that Tevin? Or?
Yes, sir.
From your perspective, what was the difference there in the second half? Obviously, y'all were controlling things there early on. What changed?
I mean, we knew that they would come out and make a run at some time. We just didn't know. And they happened to do it in the second half. Every one of their players came out making shots, and they just started controlling the game from the time we came back out.
Wes?
Tevin, just looking at numbers, y'all had a tough night shooting the ball, in your opener. Did you think y'all would be a better three-point shooting team than that? I mean, the way y'all kind of came out there and blitzed it in the first half, it looked like y'all were, a bunch of really good shooters out there.
I mean, we have a bunch of talented shooters on our team. We were hitting shots in the first half. Some of them didn't fall in the second half. I mean, that's just how basketball goes sometimes.
Tevin, rebounding in the first half, you guys out-rebounded Tennessee 22-11. In the second half, completely the other way, 25-12 for Tennessee. What do you think changed? Was that foul trouble from you guys, or was that Tennessee just emphasizing and attacking rebounds more?
I mean, some of us were in foul trouble, but it was just us not doing our job, boxing out the way we know we're supposed to, and them going and getting the ball.
Anything else? Go ahead. Get a microphone.
How much did experience last year playing in big games like that help during the first half of this one? You guys came out, it seemed like you weren't afraid to play at all.
I feel like it helped a lot because we have half of our team who played last year on the big stage, and then we have some kids who didn't play at all. So I feel like the people that played last year helped out a lot to start the game.
Anything else for Tevin? In the back, last one.
Coach, you're from the area, just from 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
How did I guess just piggybacking off of what Wes asked earlier, the second half shooting, was it something specifically, you said that sometimes the shots don't fall, that's basketball. Is it something that the defense did, or is it you think you just guys couldn't, didn't have as much luck hitting the shots?
I mean, they're a good defensive playing team. They adjusted to some of the stuff we were doing in the first half, and they covered some of our open shots we had in the first half up in the second half, and the open shots that we did have, some of them just didn't fall.
Thanks, Tevin. Mr. Coach now, go ahead.
You're good to go, man.
Mr. Coach. Steve, go ahead. Get the microphone. Steve.
Just 2 games into the season now, but how do you feel about the way the team's kind of responding, kind of adjusting to life without John and stuff?
Well, obviously we have a long way to go, but I think we've made improvements in both games. If you look at our exhibition, we really struggled at the defensive end of the floor and spent a lot of time on that in practice. We're much better in our opener against Southern. Made a lot of improvement there. Tonight we got exposed in some screening actions. Coach Barnes does a tremendous job in their motion offense. It puts you in some tough spots, and I thought Tennessee stepped up and knocked down some huge shots. Coming out of our opener, we were poor offensively. Spent a lot of time trying to make improvement there. I thought you saw that in the first half. Second half, obviously I know we didn't shoot the ball well, but a lot of it, we were always taking the ball out of the net. We couldn't get stops. We couldn't get out in transition and get some easier scoring opportunities.
Coach, I know you pride yourself on three-point defense. What did Tennessee specifically do? I know they made some big shots with defense right there, but what did they specifically do to attack the arc and be so successful at it against your defense?
Well, in the first half, I thought we were late on a few closeouts to Pons, and he stepped up. I think he was 3 for 3 at the half. Kent came in off the bench and hit one. And then in the second half, we weren't scoring. They were able to get out in transition. Bowden hit a couple huge ones in transition. Pons hit the tough one in the corner. I'm sure when I watched the film, there were some breakdowns, but I really have to give a lot of credit to Tennessee. I thought they hit some tough shots that were contested from behind the arc.
Coach, you talk about Jordan Bowden, 19 points in the second half. What problems does he specifically present for you defensively?
Well, I think most people would probably point to the shooting, but I think his ability to move without the basketball, it's just really smooth out there on the floor, does a nice job of reading screens, and if you get caught trying to cheat one, he makes you pay. And at his size, with his length, he's able to raise up and knock down shots. So, credit to him. He hit some big ones, especially in the second half.
Coach, I'm curious how the environment's changed since you were a grad assistant here at TBA.
Oh, man. It's been a long time. I wasn't here very long, but I think just it going from being just a huge open arena with no atmosphere to now it's like an NBA arena, with the suites up top, the video board, the black seating all the way around, the banners. It's a great atmosphere for college basketball.
Coach, from just what you saw from Yves Pons last year on tape, just how different, more confident of a player is he right now?
Well, you knew he was going to play hard. Played very well against Asheville last week. I think his ability with the way they play, with all the screening actions, his ability in that trail spot to hit those threes can really put you in some tough spots. Watching tape last year, you knew he played hard and monster athlete, but he just seems so much more dangerous from a skill set and his ability to make plays and hit some big threes tonight.
There's time for one more. Wes? Last one.
Coach, I imagine if you had been kind of told before the game that Turner would go 2 for 12 from the field, you might have taken that deal. Was that something that y'all were able to swarm him a little bit, or was it just look like a tough shooting night for him?
Well, I thought we did a good job contesting his shots, but credit to him. I think what you saw from him and Bowden both were their experience, being on the top 5 team in the country a year ago. And, yes, credit to him for the maturity. Didn't have a good shooting night, but I thought he really controlled the second half of the game just with his passing. Didn't make many mistakes. You go 14 assists, 0 turnovers. That's a heck of a night, regardless of what you shoot from the floor.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.